I want you to pay attention to what's happening right now because this one's big. The International Court of Justice, that's the top world court, just ruled that Israel must allow the UN aid agency called UNRWA to start working again. Basically, the world is saying, Israel, you don't get to decide this on your own. Now that might sound like normal international politics, but if you really look, is part of a much bigger picture the Bible already told us about. The nations of the world are starting to line up exactly the way prophecy said they would. See, people think the Bible is just an old book, but man, it's like reading today's news. This isn't just about Israel and the UN. This is about the whole world system shifting, and the tough part? Most people don't even see it happening. When I read the news about the ICJ ruling, it hit me, because this is exactly what the prophet Zechariah saw thousands of years ago. He said a time would come when Jerusalem would become a burdensome stone for all nations. Let me read that part. Zechariah 12 verse 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. You hear that? He said all nations will gather against Jerusalem, not just in war, but in politics, in decisions, in legal battles, in opinions. And that's what's happening now. Everybody's got something to say about Israel. The UN, the world courts, the governments, everyone's judging her. But God said when they start doing that, they'll only hurt themselves. That's what he meant by burdensome stone. If you try to lift a stone that's too heavy for you, you end up breaking your back. That's what the nations are doing right now, trying to handle something that belongs to God. Now let's be real. The world says it's about human rights and justice. And yeah, we all care about people suffering. Nobody wants innocent lives hurt. But spiritually, there's something else at play. Because the enemy loves to twist justice and use it against the plans of God. He uses laws, systems, and organizations to fight what God established. So while the world says we're doing good things behind the scenes, it's setting up the very structure the Bible calls the beast system. A system that doesn't fear God, doesn't honor his word, and tries to rule without him. And Israel, whether people like it or not, is right at the center of that plan. Because if the enemy can discredit or isolate Israel, he can shake the faith of the world in God's promises. Now check this out, another verse that fits perfectly. Joel 3 verse 2 says, I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them there, on account of my people Israel and my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. So God is saying, I see everything they're doing. I see how the nations treat my people. I see how they try to divide what I've blessed. And he's warning that a day of reckoning is coming. So while these global courts are judging Israel today, soon God will be the one judging the nations. They think they're in control, but they're walking straight into his plan. It's like God is letting them write their own judgment papers without even realizing it. So when you see news like this, don't just scroll past it. Don't say, oh, it's just politics. See it for what it really is. A sign that prophecy is alive. The Bible is being fulfilled right in front of us. The world is getting ready for that final confrontation. The stage is being set for the Antichrist, for the rise of one world control, for the showdown between heaven and earth. But here's the hope. While the world shakes, God's word stands firm. And if you belong to Jesus, you don't have to be afraid. These things must happen before he returns. The signs are not to scare us. They're to prepare us. So yeah, the ICJ can judge Israel, but the judge of all the earth, he's about to rise and judge the nations. And when that happens, every system that stood against his word will fall. Stay awake, stay strong, and keep your eyes on Jesus. Prophecy isn't coming. It's happening right now.